Hi, it's Nicole with Just the Tip Tuesday for Practice Indy. We're talking about goddess squat today, or goddess pose. This is a pose that is great for strengthening your legs, so your thighs, your glutes, hamstrings. Also stretches through the inner thighs, the inner groin, and it really tests your posture. So you really want to focus on your posture in this pose. So I'm going to give you a couple tips and tricks on how to get into it. So this traditional pose looks like this. So you walk with your feet out about 4 feet apart. If you have really long legs, you're gonna have a little bit wider stance. And when you bend your knees, you want the knees to come over your heels and thighs to become parallel to the ground. So it's important not to push our knees inward. We wanna keep moving them outward here so that our glutes are engaged, and we're also stretching and working through the inner thighs, okay? And our arms can come to goddess arms. If that's comfortable for us, they can also come to prayer hands if that feels good too. So it's really important to keep an upright posture. We don't want to lean forward. So this is a common misalignment is people will kind of bend forward and put their chest forward just so that they can get deeper into the pose. But really we want to focus on that strong posture, so a toned abdominal. So that might mean that you come into it with a little less depth, just so that you don't compensate by leaning forward. So if getting thighs to parallel to the ground is hard, then maybe you don't bend your knees to 90. Maybe you work a little less into it. See, so you can keep more of a neutral spine here, so you can still see that I have a curve to my spine and my back, but it's not overarching, and I'm not leaning forward. So really keeping our shoulders over our hips, just like we're standing up, okay? And if you stand up like this, then maybe you should work on standing up like this, okay? So for beginners or people who are looking for a little bit of support, you can use the wall. So you can come to the wall. Your feet are going to be a few inches away from the wall, so you have some space for your butt. And then just start to bend your knees and just lightly place your butt against the wall. You might even place the back of your shoulders onto the wall to help keep an open chest. So this really allows you to open up through the chest, your elbows press into the wall, the shoulder blades press into the wall. You might even can eliminate the arch in the spine. Not eliminating it completely, but just kind of working on finding that strength through the abdominals, okay? So from here, you can also deepen this pose by taking it the opposite way to the wall. So you would be facing the wall. I don't really have a great angle to do that for you guys. I'm just gonna use this door here. So you would come to the wall and kind of walk up towards it and then bend the knees. So this can help keep the knees out here. Really challenges your balance because it's giving you a little push back. So the glutes really have to fire and engage. So that can be a way that you can challenge yourself to when you're doing that. Key points here is to really focus on the placement of the knee. You turn your knees inward when you're in this pose, and you're putting additional stress and on the knee joint, and that could cause pain, maybe further down the line, injury or harm. So really thinking about pressing your knees into the wall or into maybe your hands behind you. You can kind of press them into it as a little bit of a way to have some feedback. And then you can also really think about the knees moving over your big or your middle toe. So if you think about a trajectory line, maybe, you want to project those kneecaps over those middle toes, okay? So some things to think about. You can also kind of use some support. So you can use your hands here to help keep your chest open so your heart can stay lifted and the abdominals can stay folded. And you give yourself a little bit of support here by pressing your palms into your thighs, okay? So lots of options to get into this pose. Remember, you don't have to take it the knees to 90 if that's not there for you. If you want to feel supported, use a wall that can really help with that open posture and finding more of a neutral posture and neutral curves of the spine. And then if you really want to see, you can get deeper into the hip flexors and also engage your glutes a little bit more, you can try facing the wall. So those are some tips and tricks for goddess squat. You can always change the sensation of this pose by lifting up your heels in it. So a common variation can be lifting up one heel. So you'll see that this really strengthens here and tones. And then lifting the other heel also gets a little deeper into the hip flexor of the lifted heel, okay? And then if you want to go both heels, you can. Balancing here, great way to strengthen your calves, Achilles heel, ankle. We need strong ankles, okay, so don't twist them. So that can be a way you can kind of work some different variations into this pose. All right, hopefully I will see you in class this week at Practice Indy. Have a good one. Stay sane. Bye.